Welcome, everyone. I'm really happy to be here with you. I think I'm just going to immediately start with prayer. There's been like some very quirky things happening all morning leading up to this call, and let's just open in prayer. There's a lot of energy in this call. There's a lot of energy just as we come to the close of this year. And so I want to welcome each of your hearts into this sacred space, knowing truly knowing in my heart that when we come together with the Sophia Dragon Tribe, when we allow the Sophia Code as a living transmission to support us, to open our hearts, to clear the air, to help us reconnect with the best parts of ourselves, as well as the most wounded parts of ourselves, and realize that through God's love, through Divine Mother's love, all of the parts of ourselves are welcome, both within and here in this space. And we ask for our heart, body, hearts, and minds to simply open and receive those blessings without resistance, and to allow today's transmission and today's teachings and connection with you, Ascended Masters and Divine Mother, to help you access that peace that passeth all understanding that Mother Mary talks about. What does that mean? It's a peace that you don't have to qualify or understand because it comes from your source. It comes from your connection to the divine. And the divine is not limited by this world, it's not limited by physicality. And the divine is certainly not limited by the trauma that we have survived here. In fact, it is the divine intelligence of Blessed Divine Mother, Father God, that one source light that created all of us, that has called us to the sacred fire of a community gathering today to remember that we are not our trauma. We are divine souls on a very heroic human journey, courageous enough to step into this time, this timeline on this planet with a very sincere and authentic desire to help, contribute, to create, to be involved with the great awakening of humanity in whatever way that each of us came here to be a part of that awakening. And for many of us, that included experiencing trauma so that we could see through the lies of this matrix and that we would be able to discern how to guide others through their darkness because we were strong enough to be immersed in dark experiences and then find our way through our intuitive capacities to connect with our higher source, with our higher self. And so anyone that's here is truly a wayshower. You really are. As I've shared in many other Sarma Soul Alliance gatherings, if humanity can barely talk about trauma, it can. We live in, many of us live in a spiritual bubble of consciousness and varying levels of higher consciousness, wanting to, of course, always expand further and further into the highest levels of Christ consciousness. And most people don't even know what Christ consciousness is. Most people don't even know how to talk about normal trauma, let alone the child abuse, physical violence, rape, human trafficking. Many of these topics can leave many, many people tongue tied and incapable of any kind of meaningful or compassionate response or conversation. And really, for the most part, no fault of their own. Our society has been collectively traumatized for thousands of years, and there are so many people that don't even know where to begin the process of finding that lifeline back to the divine when they see how much suffering there is here, and when they are faced with their own suffering without the tools to how to engage with it. And so I want to lift each and every person on this call and on the replay up into the light of that one source, Divine Mother's heart, so that you can really feel yourself as a wayshower, truly on the front lines of humanity's healing, humanity's growth, humanity's evolution, and honestly, other species as well, because our journey impacts all of the animals that are here. And honestly, all the other species that are on this planet as well that aren't human, but um, are either from positive star nations or oppressive uh, alien races. There's a lot more that's happening in this realm than meets the immediate eye. And so, where you stand in your sovereignty with the teachings of the Sophia Code, knowing that you can activate a divine genome within you that can guide your healing journey back to the complete wholeness of who you really are in the eyes and heart of God. And that you can do this even as the world chooses to stay in a state of um, perpetual polarizing trauma. And as you continue to take that stand as a wayshower of consciousness and healing, turning towards your experience as a human, not trying to run away from it, what's happening is you are knitting together with everyone else here and all the light workers around the world who are consciously doing their own part to contribute to the raising of up of humanity's consciousness. We are weaving together a new sovereign paradigm outside of the matrix simulation programming. You are a part of creating, I would say, and I've spoken about this before, a parallel reality. And the more you become, the more that you experience true and authentic and lasting healing, the more that you choose your most authentic expression and path, the more that you discover aspects of your divine purpose, how to share your gifts and talents, the more you begin to abide within that new sovereign paradigm. And yes, there will, you're going to feel the overlap when you go out into the world of the other matrix paradigm that a lot of people are choosing to remain very enslaved to, because slavery offers the illusion of safety. It offers the illusion of ease. When to be truly at ease with yourself, you have to make peace with all of you, especially the wounded parts that are desperately seeking for your attention every day and your loving kindness. And so, choosing to be free is a daily walk that the ascended masters that we partner with are mentoring us in. We learn in the Sophia Code Ascension Academy how to tune in through our intuition to these beautiful multidimensional beings that you can have access to. Your prayers, your journaling, your meditation, your intuitive conversations, your focus. You can open your heart and your mind to their guiding light wisdom that will reassure you that freedom is worth it. True freedom is worth it. I'm not talking about a nationality. I'm not talking about a political party. I'm talking about true inner freedom. And what I was led to share about today um, is the pathway to that ultimate freedom within you, and how often it's going to feel like you're doing the exact opposite, as though you're going back into an enslaved mindset as you walk courageously through the valleys and the hidden places within you to embrace your freedom. Because within you there are people that are still enslaved. There are parts of you that could still be frozen in the past by the trauma of what you have survived, by the loss, by the grief. And so when we go to gather these parts of ourselves, it can feel as though we are going backwards. But really, what has happened is you have become strong enough to lead the rescue mission within you. And if you're on our community chat, I invite you to write that as an affirmation in the web chat, in the live chat. I am strong enough to lead the rescue mission within me. Because when you activate the divine genome, when you begin mentoring with these ascended masters, you come into contact with a divine strength and a healing light, both within you and from your source, that is stronger than any dark force in this world. It is the primordial power that created all that is, created your soul to be sovereign. So sovereign and so powerful that you knew when you came into this world that you would be able to survive and even thrive beyond the experiences of trauma. But to truly know that state of thriving can take years to develop.